if I recall right, this is the way to Pierce College. This is where I used to work. This is where I used to go to and hope that there was going to be a better life for me, for my family. It didn't work out that way. That's the way the state government is. It always never does work out the way you plan it to, okay? And people don't see that. I remember coming here to the interview and just thinking I would love to work here, even though I was, you know, I had a master's degree. And no, actually I had a bachelor's, and you can't even get a bachelor's degree at Pierce College. So it was kind of a step back for me from going working at UW. But I figured, you know, at least I was in an educational environment. Maybe I could take some classes. I mean, there's always something to learn. But you know, it didn't work out that way. So I wanted to show it to you so you can actually just visualize it. So it's been a while since I've been up here, and it kind of gives me a little bit of a sick feeling in my stomach, like I got, you know, in a way cheated. So when I started working for them, I told them, you know, I needed to be accommodated. I needed to have, you know, alternative work schedule, and it wasn't, you know, it was like a big deal. I mean, it was like there was like I was asking for something really big time. But I remember I came over here when I went to the interview. Now I can't even remember. You gotta give me a second to figure out where I used to work, because I mean, it's been a while since I drove through here. But I remember this place right here is where I went to the interview. And I parked right here. And I remember, I walked down this way. So I guess this is where I used to work at. Yeah, I think I remember now. It was in this building. Yeah, it was right in here. This is it. Trying to get a little, try to think right here. Yeah, this was it. I walked in there, and I think, which way did I used to go? To the office. No, that wasn't it. That was just where I had the interview. I remember now. Okay. There was a different building. And it had these tall, like, I remember I used to park down. Okay, now, yeah, I think, let me just go down this way and see if it's over here. I just remember I went to the interview in there. But anyways, this is Pierce College. Oh yeah, I think this is it over here in one of these buildings. Let's see. Let's see. General parking. Yeah, it looked like one of these kind of buildings over here. Let me see. Yeah, this looks kind of familiar. I see it, I will remember it. Look at my donkey. Oof. Let's see. General parking. Anyways, but okay, so the story, so when I went in here, when I was working and I tried to, you know, get them to work with me, it was nothing but impossible. It was like they were just resisting me. And I kind of had a feeling something was going on. But I just couldn't put my finger on it. So this is the library. So this shows you how long it's been since I've been here. I definitely don't want to come to the library. But this is like, you know, a file in a library for Pierce College. On something maybe they really don't want to know about or hear about. But anyway, so back to the story. I remember not feeling very welcomed. I felt like it was like, oh, you got your disabilities, you know, oh, we don't want to deal with it. Which way? I want to go this way, to the left. And, this lady looks kind of weird. Walking around here all by herself. But, so I remember talking to some people and kind of gathering some information. Oh, yeah. This looks familiar in here. Let's see how you get through here. Oh, I need to turn in here. Let's see what this is. This is Education Center. I gotta hurry up because I don't have that much footage. I don't want to run out. Let's see. They built a couple buildings out here, you know, so everything kind of, it looks the same to me. Arts and Allied Health. Oh, wait a minute. This is the building right here, I think. So I remember I used to park out here. Yeah, this is where I used to park. And I used to come in this back door here. This is it. Okay, this is it. I think I remember. Yep. In here somewhere in this building is where I used to work. And I think it might have even been down at the corner. That was my boss's office. And somewhere up in there on the second floor in there is where I used to work. If I recall correctly. And the only reason why I recall is because I remember parking over there. And coming in this building right here. So I think this is the back of the building. And I used to come in through here because it was less traffic. But yeah, this is where I used to park at. And I think I even used to sit in my car sometimes. And I don't want to just sit here because I don't want them to be like, well, what are you doing sitting here or something. They might, think something. So I just wanted to show it to you, but I'm going to tell you the rest of the story anyway. So, I had this woman, I can't even remember her name. I'd have to look it up, and if I find the name, I'll put it down there on the comments. But she was a professor. She was a woman. She had dark hair. And she was like the head of the administration, I don't know what her title was or whatever, but I know she was also a professor, and she was really nice. I liked her. She took me to lunch. I remember, like on my first day, took me to Applebee's, and we talked, and I told her, how I wanted to be a writer, and how I, wanted to go back to school and get my master's degree. So it's kind of ironic that some of it happened. Oh, look at this. You can't even go out this way. How do you get out of this place? Ooh. I guess I'm going the wrong way. There's only one way out of here. But, I think you gotta go this way. Anyways, but... So she was nice and everything when it came to, you know, when you first get hired and you're new and everything, but when it was about your disabilities or was about accommodating you, or she didn't really know how to handle it, and she was just like, well, just, you know, do the job, and I was like explaining to her that I needed some sort of something in writing, or, you know, to say, look, I can come to work on these certain couple days a week, work from home. I needed to have some sort of accommodation. I needed to have an ergonomic work environment. I needed to have, you know, some equipment, things that I needed in order for me to do my job the best that I could, for my health not to be affected. And somehow I guess it just really couldn't click to her, because she just wanted to, like, get me to just, you know, probably have more health problems, or just... And so when I remember talking to her and trying to, you know, work with them, and they were just really very impossible to work with. And I could feel this, like, we just don't want you, and you're just, you know, you got too many disabilities, and I just don't want to deal with your problems of what I need to buy for you and what I need to help you and to do your job. And if I would have known that you needed all this, I wouldn't have hired you. And I really got that feeling. And I felt like I was just rejected, and like I was just, you know, like they didn't want me there anymore. And I felt like it was, you know, not the type of place that I wanted to work at. And then I've got some reassurance of just the way they treated me. And then I've got some feedback from people that work there, and I got, you know, a few warnings about some plans and things that they had in the store for me, which was very much scary, because I didn't even know. And, you know, I had some warnings, and people on the inside, you know, knew, and kind of took me to the side and told me, and I was like, wow, you know. So no wonder that they don't want to really work with me, is because they know, you know, I always used to get lost in that maze, that place. Now I'm lost. I'm probably gonna have to come out another way. I hope I can find my way out of here, but I remember trying to get out of here before getting lost. I think they do that on purpose. They don't have many signs up. I mean, people must be really mad. Can't believe this. I hope this is the store over here. I turn left, but so I was like, well, yeah, I can see what's going on here. Is you guys don't want me here. You guys want me to have worse health. You want me to lose this job, and in the process of the 6 months of my probation, basically just be kicked off and have me lose my Social Security. Because what happens is they have a ticket to work program, which I was going through, where they let you go to work, and they, you know, try to, so you can secure another job. They give you like 9 months, which really isn't enough, because really around after 6 months is the probation is just over for most real good jobs. So and some of them even longer. And so they just, what they do is they make sure right after your probation, the people, that's when they sometimes just get rid of you. And so they kind of time it out, Social Security. They're real sneaky with it. They say they give you 9 months. And I had worked some time of my 9 months at DSHS. Then I did another some of my 9 months at Department of Revenue, and I did a little bit of it at Pierce College. So I couldn't even actually get through a full 9 months of trying to even, it just makes me want to cry when I think about it, but I worked with 3 different agencies, okay, and I couldn't even get accommodated in a reasonable, and so I used up these 9 months of this time that the ticket to work gave me, okay. And instead, what happened was I was basically tossed back and forth from agency to agency, okay, and not given even a secure job, just basically shuffled and put in a hostile work environment, not reasonably accommodated. And just basically, you know, moved from place to place, put through red tape and bureaucracy, and then basically cut off to so that I couldn't become independent and have at least some sort of a good paying job and benefits. And so what they did was they just pretty much got rid of me. And so what I did was I managed to figure out ahead of what their steps were, what they were going to do. In a sense, it all collaborated together, and it kind of just boiled over. And it was a fact is they wouldn't accommodate me. They didn't want to work with me. Plus, they created a hostile work environment. They were discriminatory towards people with disabilities, and as I think people with diversity, minorities, people, African Americans. And so with all of that combined, on top of that, then that's when I was given insider information about their intent to basically either lay me off or eliminate my position eventually. And so I couldn't believe, you know, what was going on. I mean, this is what happens sometimes in state agency. It's really cutthroat. Those jobs are usually only allotted to family, people that are neighbors, friends. It's a lot of nepotism, favoritism, and a lot of times they see your job, they want it, they have someone else in mind that they know for the job, and they will fight tooth and nail and work as a team in a clique to get that person in, whether that means getting you out and getting their neighbor, their friend, their family. And they keep it really hush, and there's no one that really goes in and audits this. They're not held accountable. So every once in a while, you know, sometimes things will go down and it will come up or whatever, but it's very rare. Okay, do they ever get caught or anyone does anything? So basically these jobs are just secured for family, friends, and you know, spouses is what I was noticing. And so I'm sure someone either just wanted my job and had it, you know, allotted for someone else that didn't have disabilities, more than likely, and who wasn't a minority, and they found a way to get me out. And that's what they do, is they force you to quit. Because they don't really want you around. They don't want you seeing other people see, oh look, she gets an alternative work schedule, or she gets this chair, and this is a, you know, $300 chair, and she, oh look at her, she has 2 monitors or whatever. And people get jealous. They don't want that in the office a lot of times, especially for a minority, because a lot of times I notice that they will accommodate people who don't even have disabilities just because it's on favoritism. If they like you, like at Department of Revenue, which we'll get to later, I noticed there was a girl who worked across from me. She had an alternative work schedule, was no problem, didn't have disabilities, and I'm sure she didn't have to fight and go through all the problems I had to go through just to set that up. And she didn't even have disabilities or anything. So I mean, that's kind of shows you, I mean, if you know the right person, if you're hired by certain people and they like you or they want to keep you, if you follow what the clique does, or if you don't do a lot of work, and if you turn the cheek and you let a lot of things go on and they'll, you know, scoot you up faster in your career. You'll get promotions, more opportunities for advancement. And I noticed that happens a lot in the government, and of course there's no one regulating that as well. And so I just wanted to, you know, this kind of went on. I might have to do this in 2 parts because it was long. Information you need reporting, all one word. This is Government Jobs, episode 1.